What's going on, my loves? Before I even get started, I want to shout out Edwin Breed because I had already did this video. It was one that I was really inspired to do, and I'll get into why I was inspired to do it. So I just want to shout out Edwin Breed because he told me that the volume wasn't working, and come to find out, I had totally forgot that this phone automatically connects to the Bluetooth speaker if it's on, so the Bluetooth speaker must have been on, and so it connected. So I'm redoing this video thanks to Edwin. All right. Now, so of course, I want to send you guys out peace, blessings, love, and abundance as always. This video, when I first shot it, I didn't know what the title of it was gonna be. It was just really off the cuff because I just felt the need to reiterate some things about how important it is to follow your heart and not to allow anybody, and I mean anybody, not to allow anybody to detour you from that. And the reason why that was playing in my higher self was really pushing me to express that is because a few days ago I had actually met with an old friend, and he wanted to spend some time because we hadn't hung out in a few months. So I said, part of me was kind of not sure if I wanted to, because every time that I talk to somebody who's not walking this walk with, like, they don't have to be walking the same walk as me, because everybody's walk is different. What I mean by walking the walk, meaning a person who is following their like soul path and working on doing the inner work, I should say, mainly doing your inner work. I find that those people tend to kind of try to throw doubt your way, like throw these little daggers. And when you're on your empath stuff, and even if you're not an empath, if you're in tune with your intuition, you can feel when somebody's trying to throw a little salt, in your game. Like somebody's trying to kind of steer you past it or make you doubt yourself and doubt your path. And so I met up with him, and we had a good time. It was cool spending time with him. However, when people are not doing what you're doing, they want to kind of question, so how you gonna come about the money for this, or how are you taking care of yourself? Like they want to question, or even like, I just can't believe that you're cat sitting. Like they kind of look down on the journey that your higher self is taking you through. So the reason why I'm doing this video is I wanna let you guys know to fuck that. Like, don't allow anybody, not one person, I don't care who they are. Don't allow anybody to plant a seed of doubt in you. Cause what that seed of doubt does, it causes you to fear the path that's already divinely laid out for you. I did a video talking about you don't always know when you're following your soul's purpose, and you're building your muscle of listening to your intuition and trusting your intuition and trusting the universe, you do not, and I repeat, you do not want to water any seeds that anybody is attempting to plant into your garden. Okay, that is your secret garden. Those are your hidden gifts and talents that your higher self has told you to follow that path. Okay, don't let anybody try to come in here and basically shit on what you're doing and make you feel like it's stupid, or make you feel like it's less than, because they're supposedly, they supposedly got a career, or they have everything, what they feel like they have it figured out. And that's fine if that's the way they want to live their life. But for me, that's not where I am. So I am here to express that to the people who are, really jumping out there and who are doing the inner work to build themselves up. And the universe is speaking to you in those beautiful symbols, whether it be through animals, whether it be through numbers. For instance, for me, the synchronicity with numbers has been coming back up on the clock mainly. And then when I do my videos, right now 444 just came up, and 444 is the number that I saw a few days ago when I actually started to see that I was about to start to go through a challenge, or it's like a universal challenge. It's when the universe is making you prove that you are you have a solid foundation, that you are truly dedicated to this walk, that can't no wind, can't no rain, can't no hurricane, can't no tornado, can't nothing knock you off of your goal. Can't nothing knock you off of your path, because you like, you know what I'm saying, you dodging it. You know what I'm saying? You literally dodging it. You doing you Neo, you doing the Matrix and shit. You dodging them bullets. You see what I'm saying? So don't let anything discourage you, my loves. Don't let anybody plant a seed of doubt. And like I said, and even if they try to plant that seed, you don't water that. What you need to do is you need to water the seeds that you're planting, the seeds of, and I just got 555, and I'm going to talk about both those numbers real quick. But what you're doing is you're watering the seeds that you want to plant. That's why you're doing meditation. That's why you're doing positive affirmations. That's why you're healing your, emotional traumas that you went through in this life and in past lives. That's why you're reprogramming your brain, and that's why you're doing all these things. So don't let somebody come in on the last minute of the game, when you got like 30 seconds or 40 seconds on the clock, and then they go steal the ball from you when you about to make the winning goal or whatever, or winning basket. I'm mixing up basketball and football, and I actually used to be into that shit, so it's funny I did that. But don't let them sit there and come and steal your shine. Don't let them take away something that is about to manifest. That's another point. When you start having these doubts try to come your way, like people want to kind of come back from the past, and they want to, oh, are you okay? How's everything going? They want to kind of talk to you like in that, like how you talk to a baby voice, like you concerned and worried about somebody type of voice. You can thank them for their concern, but just let them know that you good. You good, because you know what? The universe got this. Your higher self got this. Your angels got you. Your spirit guides got you. You are almost there in my Tiana. That's my Princess and the Frog reference. If y'all have never seen that movie, that's one of my favorite Disney movies. Of course, because they have a melanated princess, but also a set in New Orleans, and so they got that Vadu in there. I call it Vadu, like Erykah Badu, that Vadu in there. They got Papa Legba in there, even though they made him look, bad like they do. Hey Slater. They got Papa Legba in there. They, it just, and the songs and everything, I love it. And they got one of my favorite characters, Raymond. He's the lightning bug, Raymond. I love him. He's hilarious. That country, he got that country going on with that New Orleans twang. So it's really cute. But anywho, that's me. That's me going off subject. That's why I said you almost there, my Tiana. You almost there. When things start to try to come and block you, when you start getting all these detour signs, you cannot go this way, you better bulldoze over that motherfucker and you know what I'm saying, and just keep going. Don't let anybody stop you, and don't let yourself stop you, because people can only do what you allow them to do. Those are tests. Those people coming back are testing you. That's being sent your way to test and see, are you really serious about this? Do you really want this? Are you really a millionaire? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be a millionaire? Type of shit. That's really what that is. And you have to just stay strong. Stay strong and stand strong in yourself. Stand strong in your faith. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing the work, then because the Bible scripture says faith without works is dead, right? So if you're doing the work, then the faith is alive, it's living, and it's living in you. You know what I'm saying? So don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let yourself discourage you, Don't do it. Okay, so the second part I want to talk about is the symbolism when it comes to the synchronicity of the numbers. So when you start seeing like angel numbers and things like that, let me tell you something about me. Angel numbers, like knowing what they mean and everything like that, that's something that I'm still working on, getting more in sync with myself on that. However, I don't have to be like the master of it, because guess what? There are so many beautiful souls, so many reflections out there who are really like in tune with that, and that's their gift, and they're sharing it. So what I would normally do is I would go and Google. I'm like, okay, what does this number mean? Now, Every time I get the synchronicity comes in with the 111s, 222s, 333s. Right now I'm seeing 444, and then today I also saw 555. The 444 actually started on, I think it was Friday. It started on Friday. And so the first video I pulled up, I actually subscribed to this young lady. She goes by the name of Transformational Butterfly. I thought that was cool because I'm Knowledge Butterfly. And then the beautiful soul that I get emails from about astrological events, she's called Astro Butterfly. So I just saw the synchronicity in that trinity. I was like, okay, you got Knowledge Butterfly, you got Astro Butterfly, and you got Transformational Butterfly. So, you know, I automatically like tuned into them just to see what they were about, and they're both very talented at what they do. However, when I was watching Transformational Butterfly's video about the number 444, it just I didn't feel it. I was like, you know, kind of tuning out and walking around and doing things. So I was like, you know what, this message from her, it's not for me. However, you know, I appreciate and I give thanks for the, you know, the message that she gave, because of course it's for somebody. The video after her, you know how on YouTube they have the suggestions? The video after her was another young lady, and I had watched the video from her before. She goes by the name, her channel, she's called Minx, M-I-N-X as an X-ray, Diva. So I said, okay, she's talking about 444, and I've seen one of her videos before, and she seemed like she is very knowledgeable, like she's very in tune. Let me say that, she's very in tune. So I watched her video. When I tell you, it's like I felt every bit of what she was saying. Like almost everything she said, I was like, oh shit, this makes so much sense. It's like she's writing my story. It's like she's speaking to me. So after I finished, you know, that, I started dealing with a situation. So one of the cats, Slater, he just left not too long ago. Slater likes to, this is an off story, but it's going to come back to the point. Slater likes to go hunting, okay? So Slater will go outdoors. He's brought me snakes, little baby snakes. He has brought me lizards, okay? He has brought me a butterfly, which was actually a monarch butterfly. If you don't know about the monarch butterflies, research them. They're very beautiful. They go to the fourth generation. The first three generations die like very, very early on. And the fourth generation is the one that actually lives the longest until they procreate and till they create the next generation. But anywho's, so he also brings in chipmunks, okay? Slater brought in a chipmunk on yesterday. I was chasing Slater and the chipmunk all around, attempting to get this chipmunk. Mind you, I used to be one of those fearful people of like little creatures and things. I used to scream and all kind of stuff. But Slater has taught me, as well as my cat Sheba that I had in Jamaica, they have taught me not to like freak out about that, because those animals be afraid of us. They be fearing us. So it's law of attraction. If we fear them, they fear us, okay? Anywho's, so the chipmunk was still in here. I actually thought it had ran out because I leave the back patio deck door open, and I thought it ran out yesterday. Oh hell no, it was still in here, and I found it right before I was shooting that video that didn't have the sound, and it still got away because it was really, really fast, and I was like, okay, I'll get to it after the video. Side note, I did catch it. I was able to pick it up in a little towel and then just go ahead and put it back outdoors. So, you know, spare his life. Because even though the cat don't want to eat it, Slater just likes to play with it. He just be doing all of this, and it's a toy for him. Anywho's. And it's also a conquest. It's that masculine energy. So, now, anywho's, but I said I was going to get back to it. Yeah, so, after I was dealing with the chipmunk, I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead, and I was watching The Matrix. Let me go ahead and get back to The Matrix. Before I can hit play on The Matrix, I looked at the clock on the microwave and the one on the stove. They are actually a few seconds like difference. They both said, they were saying 555. And let me just say this. Normally when you are like reading about numbers, like why did this number come up to you? They'll say that if you keep seeing the same number, it's speaking to you. Yes, that is true. However, when you see a number, because there's no such thing as coincidence, when you see a number, just know that you also can tell if it's meant for you by the way it feels. You know the truth by the way it feels in my India Ari voice. So you know that it's speaking to you if you feel it. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go back to YouTube and I'm gonna look up at 555 and just see, because I feel like it's telling me something. When I pull up my my phone, the second option, the second video is another Minx diva, and it's her talking about 555. So I watched that video, and that video is like, it is just expounding on the 444, and it's still speaking to my life, and it made so much sense, and she inspired me so much. I had to come film the video. After the 555, I stopped. I said, you know what? I'm going to pause the matrix. I'm going to press pause, and I'm going to come do the video for y'all, because I just wanted to let you guys know that, because she also made a great point, and that's why that's what inspired me at the beginning of my video, to tell you to not doubt yourself and not to give a fuck about what anybody else thinks, and not to worry about anybody having to co-sign anything you do. If your higher self, if your intuition has guided you and told you to do something, you don't have to explain to anybody why you're doing it. You don't have to make somebody accept your path and what you're doing. You don't have to make anybody feel good about the route that you're taking in your life, because you don't ask them to explain why they're doing what they're doing just because it's odd to them. In my case, it's odd because I quit a big bank, where people thought I was making really good money, and I was in this supposed to be high position because I had a stupid title, senior operations analyst, whatever the fuck that is. And so they thought that was a big deal. Now, I give thanks and gratitude for the fact that I had that, because guess what? It's what I needed at that time. However, it did not make me who I am. It did not make me a powerful person. It didn't make me happy. It didn't give me myself. You know what I'm saying? When I left there, that's when I started finding who I truly am. And me trying to, for me to attempt to explain that to somebody who hasn't even taken one step to start doing inner work in themselves makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. They will not get it. Okay? It's literally like trying to explain geometry to a 5-year-old. And that's not to knock people and say that they're stupid. It's just that we're all at different grade levels in this school of earth. This is the university that we have been attending, you know, for however many years you've been in this particular lifeline, and even before that, because how many times have we reincarnated? I know I'm an old soul, hence, you know, my thunder and lightning, you know, that's what I call this, you know, the thunder and lightning. It's a little wet because I took a shower when Edwin Breed hit me up and commented on my video and said, hey sis, hey sis. That's how he didn't say, he probably didn't say it like that, but I'm just saying like that because I'm all in my hair. But hey sis, the sound, something wrong with the sound. I said, okay, let me go ahead and redo this, because I knew this was a powerful message and I wanted to get it to you, because this weekend I have been uploading videos about positive affirmations, self-image affirmations, making sure that making sure that I'm also talking about programming and prosperity programming versus the scarcity programming, like basically getting rid of the scarcity programming and uploading prosperity into your brain, like making that part of your computer, you know, making that a file in your computer, you know, changing the way that your brain is wired, type of shit. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I let you know it, to add this on, because anything that I feel in my heart, I'm definitely going to film it and share. Whatever you're doing, I don't care if you posting shit on Instagram and you're trying you're teaching people through that method, and you're also, you know, you're teaching people through that method, and nobody's really liking your shit. You don't need nobody to co-sign it. If you are selling something, like you're being creative and you put your heart and passion in it, and nobody's purchased it or nobody's really purchasing it, you don't need nobody to co-sign it. As long as you keep doing it, and that's in your heart, and it's something that your soul has guided you to do, you will be successful at it. You just have to keep at it, and you have to remain positive, and you have to do it from your heart, because anything you do from your heart is going to pay off. Just know that. Know that the universe will reward you for the fact that you are trusting in the universe. You're trusting in your higher self. You're trusting in your spirit guides, and you know that your angels and your spirit guides got your back. They be in your tribe. That's your tribe. I'm not saying that people in the physical you may not have people in the physical that are your tribe. You may very well have it. But to be honest, most of the time when it comes to a spiritual journey and walk, you normally start it off by yourself, especially at the beginning, because you have to show your diligence in it. It's really a character builder. It's to make you strong so that when you get the thing that you say you want so much, you know how to still be humble with it, and then you know how to be appreciative with it, and you know how to be a giver and not just a receiver. It is a method to the universe. If the universe just gave it to you on a silver platter or a gold platter and said, here you go, all your dreams, here you go. You want to be a millionaire? Here you go. You want to be famous? Here you go. You want to be successful in singing? Here you go. If it was just given to you, you would not appreciate it. You would not appreciate it. The gratitude comes from the fact that you started from the bottom, now you here. And technically you really are not starting from the bottom. What it is that you just don't see it in the physical. As long as you know that you know that you know, and you feel that you feel that you feel, this is what you're supposed to do. This is your service to this particular planet and to the physical realm. You're good. There's nothing else you need to do. I like saying that when you gamble on yourself, when you really gamble on yourself, you can't lose. And the higher the risk you take, the bigger the reward. Period. It's just like if you go to a casino, somebody gambling at the slots, your reward is probably going to be less than somebody who's at the poker table or playing blackjack. It is what it is. Because the more that you invest into yourself, the more you get back. The bigger your return. You are the stock. You are the commodity. You are the abundance. So as long as you know that, it doesn't matter what other people see, because guess what? They looking with the two eyes, those two physical eyes. They looking with the blinders on still. This right here it's not penetrating here yet. This is still sleeping. They still in la la land, literally in la la land. And it's not to put anybody down. Again, it's just saying that it's different levels to this. It is definitely different levels. We're all, even the people who are in a consciousness and who are, awake in some shape, form, or fashion, and who's starting to do the inner work, we're all at different levels. I'm not where I was last year. I'm not where I was last month, and that's a good thing. You should always be growing. Right here in the now, me actually being comfortable and squashing off fear to film videos is if you only knew like the lack of self-confidence I had in myself and the lack of self-esteem I had in myself, you would be like, what in the hell? Like it would be unbelievable. Okay, so have faith in yourself. Keep doing your inner work. Keep saying your affirmations. Keep on your meditation. Keep working towards your dream. It's not hard work. The hardest part of this is letting go of the fear. The hardest part of it is taking the next step. That's really the only hard work is calming your mind. That's where the hard work comes in. But everything else, learning about yourself and learning to love yourself, that's the reward that comes from the hard work. The fact that you can truly say, oh, I love myself. I didn't have to feel like I had to put makeup on or anything. And not that there's anything wrong with that, because I can put on a full face of makeup if I wanted to. I know how to do foundation and eyeshadow and eyebrows and all that shit, I could, even though I gotta wash it because I put the flaxseed gel in it and or whatever, and it felt like I need to put some extra moisture in it, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. I can do little things, braid my hair or do something, whatever, if I feel like doing it. However, it's cool. Like doing my best to not do so much maintenance. That's why I'll, twist it or put it in Bantu knots, because the less I touch it, the better, because I used to just always be in it and just manipulating it all the time and just working it. And overwork is just as bad as underwork. So just like I'm learning to let my hair be more and just let her grow and stop doing so much, because as you can see, the edges and everything is growing in. The same thing with yourself. Let yourself just be. You've been the book I've been reading, the creative visualization book, she talks about that it's a triangle. She talks about there being 3 stages of this human experience. It's being, doing, and having. Most people are so focused on the having that they're doing so much versus being. If you be first, then you do, you'll have it. That's the order you should be going in. So as long as you follow in that order, you being yourself, your authentic self, and doing what you want to do that makes you happy, that's fun for you, that you can actually smile and say, you know what, I actually do like doing this. I love doing this. Then you good. You good. Everything else is going to come. Everything else will come. I mean, anything that you do when you're following the universe has no choice but to give it to you. Because you manifested it. You saw it before anybody else could see it. That's why do you think they do all those interviews with people's favorite celebrities? And people love them so much. They be like, oh, I really respect them. They just like, they didn't fall into the system. They just let go of the whole 9-to-5 thing. And they hustle. You know what? This is kind of like your hustle, but it's not really a hustle because you're finding yourself at the same time. Hustling is more you trying to make things work in the physical. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with hustling, hustle real hard, Rick Ross. But again, it's hard. When you're doing that inner work and working in yourself, it gets easier and easier. It gets, every time you overcome an obstacle because you let go of fear and you trust in the universe keeps showing you why you can trust them. The universe will never let you down as long as you trust it. You trust it and trust your higher self. So I think that's all I wanted to say. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to express to you guys. Yeah, just don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. As long as you can feel that you're following your intuition and the universe is giving you symbolism to show you that you're good. That's all that matters. Everything else, the physical stuff, all of that'll come into play when it's supposed to. The people that are supposed to like see your star and that'll support you and things like that, they'll come around. However, that's not what you should be worried about or focused on right now. You don't need a co-signer. You don't need somebody to pat you on the back or give you approval. You are your approval. The universe is your co-signer and your co-creator. So are your spirit guides and your angels. They got your back. They patting you on the back and say good, or telling you to keep going. You almost there. Keep going. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end on that note, my loves. Again, Edwin, thank you so much for letting me know that the video didn't have any sound. I really appreciate it. So guys, go ahead and make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And just, and just send me that love energy like I send back to you. I appreciate it. I really do. Also, my Instagram. And also I do have an Instagram, Knowledge Butterfly. As you can see, I'm working on being more vocal about those things and, just being confident in myself and letting my light shine, just like you should let your light shine. It's called growing and glowing, my love. So, again, heart you guys, sending you love out to the ether. Peace.